Chronomancer is one of the least picked ascendancies and is generally played as a caster, but what happens when you give it a quarterstaff and let it loose? I wanted to see what Chronomancer could achieve with the Monk skill set and push its limits. So, how did the idea for this build come up? Well, Chronomancer is all about controlling the engagement with enemies, while Monk skills tend to rush straight into the fight. When you combine these two, you end up with a very fast-paced, surprisingly durable, and highly controlled playstyle. We're basically using Whirling Assault for clear, while using Time Freeze together with Gathering Storm to delete bosses. But before we get into that, if you enjoy off-meta builds like this one, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. This build took a lot of testing and time to put together. So, what skills are we actually utilizing to make Chronomancer an absolute beast in both clear and bossing? Starting with Whirling Assault, which is our main clear skill. With Chronomancer's built-in area of effect scaling, our spins cover a much larger area, so clearing packs becomes really fast and smooth. We're also using Mantra of Destruction, which adds extra chaos damage to our quarterstaff skills and pushes the damage much higher, especially against tougher enemies. Then we have Gathering Storm, followed by Frostwall, which acts as our execute tool for bosses. I decided to run this combo because even with little to no gear investment, it has already been proven capable of beating some of the hardest bosses in the game purely through mechanics. Now onto Time Freeze, and this is where Chronomancer really shines. Time Freeze lets us lock bosses in place and deal damage to them without getting interrupted. During the Time Freeze window, we start building a combo with Whirling Assault, activate Mantra of Distraction for extra damage, apply Elemental Weakness, and place Ice Wall. Then we finish the sequence with Gathering Storm, which can straight up one-shot the boss, assuming the crit hits. Next we have our buffs, Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ash, and Elemental Conflux. Herald of Thunder allows our hits to leech mana through Oisin's Oath. Herald of Ash deals overkill damage to nearby enemies, helping us clear packs more efficiently. And Elemental Conflux grants us additional elemental damage of a random type. Now we've covered the skills, let's take a look at the gear that brings the whole build together. For our main weapon, we are using a quarterstaff on our second weapon set. Here, we are mainly looking for high physical damage, plus 5 to attack skills, high critical hit chance. For our other weapon set, we want a one with plus 4 to all spell skills, either with Arvil's Wheel. The shield gives 50% increased skill effect duration, which makes our Time Freeze last longer. For the helmet, the Vortex is ideal, preferably with a plus 4 to all skills corruption and critical hit chance. For the amulet, we are looking for a plus 3 to all melee skills, along with resistances and increased global defenses or energy shield. Getting 20 or more spirit from either the amulet or the body armor is also very important. For the body armor, aim for high energy shield and resistances. You can also get the spirit roll here if you didn't get it on the amulet. For the gloves, we are using Essentia Sanguis. It converts life leech into energy shield, which significantly improves our survivability. For rings, one of them should have mana leech, at least 2 flat damage rolls and resistances. The other ring should have life leech, again, at least 2 flat damage rolls and resistances. This way, both our mana sustain and survivability during mapping are solved. For the belt, you can go with a headhunter for extra attributes and an easier time while mapping. However, I choose to run Ingenuity, as it further amplifies the power of our rings. For boots, look for 35% movement speed and resistances, fill whatever stats you still need. Now that we've covered the gear, let's take a look at the passive tree and the keynotes that make this build work. For our first weapon set, we focus on Curse Magnitude and Skill Effect Duration, which helps strengthen elemental weakness and extends the duration of a Time Freeze. For our second weapon set, we focus on damage and critical hit chance. The reason we use second weapon set for damage is Rigwald's Ferocity, which gives our Whirling Assault significantly more damage. One thing to keep in mind, since we're using Garrukon's Resolve with Gathering Storm, our critical hit chance needs to be above 50% to fully benefit from the bifurcated crit mechanic. Once you're above 50% crit chance, you can gradually start transitioning some of those nodes into crit damage multiplier. If you have enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm leaving a fully juiced tier 15 map clear right now, you can also watch that as well. See ya in the next one, and peace!
fourth edict already burns for your head. Your affliction upon her will soon be erased. Your mother soul must